A lot of people, I think, overshoot how many people or how much stuff to bring on tour, and they end up wondering why at the end of a tour they didn't make any money.
How is the response when you're doing shows with all these different type of genres of music?
I think where you get to know me the best and where you actually understand me the most is at a live show, because one moment I've got a guitar in my hand and I'm playing a song that I'm pouring my heart out, and then the next minute everybody's like losing their mind to like a rap banger, and I just feel like even my dialogue between songs at live shows, you really get to know who I am, and I've been doing it for a long time.
Yo,
so
your touring history is phenomenal. I mean, you've been touring for a long time, headlining for a long time. You were direct support for Mac Miller, R.I.P., John Bellion. You and Rich Kid went on with Mac Miller.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Mac Miller, that was amazing. At the time, it was before Everywhere We Go came out. So me and Rich Kid, we had just dropped The Closers, and we ended up going on tour like a college run. I think it was only like 7 shows or something. But we went on tour with Mac Miller, got to see his sound check every night, got to meet him, hang out with Q's manager at the time, and like...
Closers, that's crazy.
Yeah, so that was
Q's
huge.
A good dude. I like Q a lot.
Yeah, Q's rad. And then just being around somebody that I was such a big fan of was really awesome. And then touring with John Bellion, another one that really taught me so much about how to move on stage, just his presence and his musicality and everything about how dedicated he was to making sure that his performance was like elite. Was really something I took away from that tour. Like, before I toured with John Bellion, I was learning and doing really well and touring lots, and I was experienced for sure, but not to the level of John. And I was like, man, this is another level.
What was the level? What changed you remember specifically that helped?
Just the way he had a full band, and it didn't even bring lights with him. And just like the way his set was sequenced, like all the songs were different than they were on the record. It was the Human Condition tour, and that album's incredible. But you listen to the songs on the album and you totally flip them. And so I started doing the same thing. Like when I would perform live, I wasn't like, we don't have to do the songs exactly the way they are on the record. We can, I wasn't doing a ton of that before. So me and Richie always kind of mess things up and try new things and stuff. That a lot of that's inspired by John Bellion.
Yeah, I do remember specifically that you brought on a band after you did the John Bellion tour.
I did you did a couple tours with the band, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I've done it all, bro. Like,
I remember seeing Peter in the band. He was the director of Mad Rock. The story goes, you guys needed to find a new guitarist. He's in the back there chilling with Byron.
Peter was amazing.
Sees the show, and Peter's just like, I could do that.
Peter, Joey, Cola, Jesse,
I remember seeing Peter on stage, and just like what I love, because you talk about authenticity, like Peter was like a fucking rock star. This guy is smoking a cigarette, Cigarette.
And that's authentic to me, because that's the guy that brought you Everywhere We Go, no warm up, willy-nilly on stage with me.
Crazy.
Like, it was so, I don't know, personal having him play guitar with me. I loved Peter playing with me.
Yeah. What else can you tell me about the live side, the performance side, making sure that that's, well, one, profitable or not losing a shit ton of money, because a lot of people can lose. Most artists, I think, unlike these smaller runs, they lose a lot of money.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, we're going to take a little break, because if you're listening and thinking, fuck, I could really use some guidance right now, and you're serious about building your career in the music industry, I'm now offering private strategy sessions. These are fully personalized, just you and me tackling whatever you need in your career. With over 16 years of experience working with artists, managers, and brands, I can help you map out your next moves. Now, whether that's structuring your team, scaling your brand, navigating the industry, even figuring out what steps to take, whether to go to a distributor or to a record label, and figuring out what are the best deal points, I can help you with your career with where you're at. You can now book a one-on-one with me through my Calendly, and you can find a link in the description. Now let's get back to the pod.
So talk to me a little bit about that, how you're making sure that stuff kind of breaks even, or at least makes profit. And then talk to me about the performance side of things, and just how you can be better when you're in these shows, as a headliner and in these smaller rooms in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, when you're touring, you got to scale your tour to how big you are. If you're absolutely massive, you can bring all the lights in the world and screens and you name it, pyro, whatever. But for me, when I go on tour, I try to like bring a stage show that's like authentic, amazing. It's got lights. I make things work. So like, for instance, on my last tour, I built the signage that's behind the stage. My friend built it like by hand. And it's these big light boxes that said all things aside, and they're all lit up. And then I bring in lights, and me and Richie, work really hard to put together an incredible set. But I don't bring so many people on tour with me that I'm going to leave tour and be like, oh, damn, I didn't make no money. A lot of people, I think, overshoot how many people or how much stuff to bring on tour, and they end up wondering why at the end of a tour they didn't make any money. For me, I know we've got great projections on what I'm going to do for merch and VIP because I've got a big touring history. So if I'm doing X amount of tickets in a market, I know that I'm going to probably do about this much in merch because I do $20 a head, $25 a head in merch.
A show?
Which is really high. My fans buy merch, and we make really high quality merch. We really double down on the merch.
No shit.
But also VIP, like that's a big moneymaker for me on tour to go pay for the overloading of, all the costs that you have to have, transportation, hotels, paying your crew, like paying everybody. So like the VIP and the merch is always a huge, huge asset, obviously, to, making money.
What's the VIP experience?
It's amazing. I do like a full meet and greet. So they come in, we take a photo. I take a photo with every single person and sign whatever they want because they get to go to merch first. So they'll go get t-shirts, hats, whatever they want. And they'll come over to me. I'll sign whatever they want, get a photo, and then I do a Q&A. So I'll do a Q&A with everybody. And then I play 3 songs acoustically for them.
Nice.
So it's like a full experience.
And that's
they get lanyards too, and I sign all their lanyards.
And that gets charged at a higher price point.
Yeah. So VIP is exponentially more money, but you're getting a better experience.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, it's a meet and greet, get a time to spend with you. And that's important.
And it's for super fans. So it's like for people that really, really want to meet you, see you.
Yeah. And have you been seeing year after year, tour after tour, that's been growing, that side of
VIP, yeah.
Yeah. And the merch side?
VIP merch, all that. It's kind of the same thing. You go out, the first tour I ever did in America, there's 15 people there. Then I went back and there's 30 people there. And then I went back again, they got 100 people. And then I go back, you got 160 people. It's like, as you keep touring, generally rule of thumb is it grows if you're good.
Yeah.
If you're bad, it probably isn't going to grow.
That's great, man. That's great. Great information. I love that. Well, tell me about the performance side.
Performing, bro, like that's something you got to dial in for me, it took years to get where I'm at. Anyway, I don't know if I could just jump. If I just got like a hit out of nowhere, I don't know if I could jump on stage and do what I do now. I definitely couldn't. But
if there was an artist sitting here right now and you were going to give them one piece of advice right before they're going to go on tour, what would that be?
Own it. Be as confident as you like. Put as much work as you can into your stage show with whatever assets you have. If you don't have any money for your stage show, if it's like a stripped back thing, get creative, like build stuff. Like I've done stuff like put a barbecue on stage with a light in it and then have a hazer coming out of the barbecue and there's haze floating out of a barbecue. Like that's an idea that didn't cost me much money, but everyone talked about the barbecue. It was this like thing on the tour. They were like, yo, the barbecue was smoking. It was crazy. And
the fans.
Yeah. People cared about the barbecue smoking. But like what I would say to a new artist is find a way to make your show stand out and work really hard on the set. Make sure the best way to be not nervous and not, mess up in your set is to just be well prepared. When you're well prepared, like anything that goes wrong in my show isn't up to me because I did all the work going into it. I like to feel over prepared before I go into a tour because then, if the lights go out or the power goes out in the venue, like, it's not up to me.
Right.
I'll have to do stand-up comedy for a bit,
You got to wing it and you got to do whatever you can.
Wing it.
How long does it take you how many shows does it take you for you to dial it in? 2, 3?
On the last tour, I got it dialed pretty much the first show, man. I did Vancouver first on the last tour, and I felt like it was one of the better shows. What was the off rip?
What venue?
Hollywood Theater, cap 670 or something.
Okay.
I brought out Snotty Nose Res Kids with me.
Nice.
They came out for a song. We did Dumb before it was out.
That's what's up.
Yeah. I always see your, like, the content that you do on Insta, and I know you chop it up like that, but it's always just like bar, 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 bar. And I haven't really been dropping that many bars.
You have. What are you talking about?
I've been just talking, but
that's how we do it.
Yeah. Let's just put it this way. I haven't been really trying to drop bars. Like, I haven't been like, you artists need to get up out of your seat and, like, you know what I mean? Like, I always see guys doing that shit on this.
Yeah, like Chris Adakute or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, man, but I think what you're doing is like you're giving great value regardless. Like, yeah, it might seem like that because, you know, if you're watching on Instagram, there's just like, you know, the way that we cut it. But like, I think like what you just talked about right there with the touring side of things, just for example, like the economics of it to make sure that it stays where you're making a profit. I think you drop bars right there. You drop bars about the independent side of things as well. You know what I love is just like one thing that we talk about a lot, and I talk about this as well, is this idea that like, you can't be a successful artist unless you're, you know, the levels of these superstars out here